Well, children may have multiple holiday parties at school, at their daycares, and of course, the most traditional foods at these parties, very high in sugar and sodium.
Registered dietitian Crystal McNeil is here to talk about how you can limit your kids' intake of sugar and salt during the holidays. Sometimes easier said than done, so
yes,
good to have you here.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for having me again.
You want to show us how to decorate first? You want to start with the nutrition part? Or?
We can start with the nutrition part.
All right.
We'll do some of the, save the fun stuff for the end.
Yes.
Yeah. So a lot of times during this time of year, I think a lot of us as adults recognize that we might have a lot of holiday parties, be very busy. It feels like you're going all the time. And it feels like what you end up eating most often is what we may call junk food or things that may not be in the highest nutritional value. And the truth is, it's the same for our children, even our youngest children who are maybe in preschool or childcare, and then into the school age as well. They might be having a week where they have 2, 3, 4 holiday parties. And typically what you have there are going to be sweets, treats, foods that are high in sugar and high in sodium. So what I typically recommend is not necessarily to get rid of all those things, because that is, you know, part of what makes the holidays special, and we don't need to completely ignore foods like that, but maybe add some other things to them that are a little bit healthier for us, especially for our children.
Well, and if they're eating all these high sugary foods, there's both short-term and long-term effects that it's having on the kiddos. Correct.
So if it's just in the holidays and they're maybe getting a rush of sugar or a lot of salty foods during a week or a couple-week time period, you could be looking at things like poor attention span, not sleeping very well. Maybe you could see some kind of unfavorable behaviors coming out. In the long term, if this was something that was going on for months and years, then you could be looking at things like type 2 diabetes, weight gain, low physical activity, and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have some solutions with these treats.
Yeah.
Right. So I have a website, childcarelive.org, and as a part of that website, we also have a Pinterest page, and on that page, we have a board for healthy holiday treats for children. And what those foods really focus on are fruits and vegetables and some whole grain foods. And also, I mean, you'll notice here on the spread, there is no sweet foods on here. We do have a little pieces of chocolate covered raisins and some red candies. And so these are just some things that I brought here that we could make together. And maybe you can bring to a holiday party or send with your child's holiday.
Perfect.
So I'm going to grab a graham cracker.
Yep.
So what's the first one that we're making?
So we will make these little reindeer.
Thank you.
With the peanut butter and graham cracker and the antlers using the pretzel. And it is, I mean, it comes together in like 30 seconds. And I am not somebody who's very crafty. I have a coworker who does this Pinterest stuff for me, and she is awesome. So if I can put this together in a couple minutes, I think anybody can do it. And you can do it with your children too and get them involved in the fun as well. So you just spread some peanut butter on the graham cracker. You throw a couple of pretzels on there. And then you can make the eyes using either raisins, or I've got chocolate covered raisins. And if you want to have it be Rudolph, you can use a little,
I love that.
You could use a raspberry, you could use a strawberry. What I brought are just some little chocolate, red chocolate covered pieces.
I used the chocolate covered raisins instead of regular raisins because, let's face it, the chocolate covered ones are the better ones.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's super cute and easy. So you could have this sitting out for the kids.
Exactly.
They could make them, decorate them.
Yeah, you can either have them sitting out beforehand, ready for a party, or you can have the kids do it, and you know, as an activity, as a part of the party, and then they can eat it, and it's
that
lots
was
of fun.
super easy.
Look at Chris even did it too.
I was going to say, if I can pull this
Christopher.
off, anybody can. But now I'm having issues trying to get it up. But there you go. There's my little Rudolph.
I ate mine.
That's
my
awesome.
reindeer is like the one that lost an antler on the way
right.
from the North Pole. The trek was hard that year. Okay. On to these cute cheese sticks, because I've already eaten one of those as well.
Yes.
I've been hungry today.
And these are great because you can make them ahead of time. It doesn't necessarily even have to be for a party per se. It could be just in your child's lunchbox or their snack for the day. Super easy. You just get different colored Sharpies or markers and make a little hat, make a nose, decorate them however you want. And then if you have little extra pieces of scraps, maybe from wrapping your Christmas presents, you can save those and use them as a little scarf for your snowman.
I think that's super cute, and especially if you just have them ready to go in the cheese drawer, they can grab one on their way to school, maybe on their way to their activities. They can munch on it.
Yes.
I was waiting for you to start talking. I was thinking, I love hugs.
I love warm hugs. Hi, I'm Olaf, and I love warm hugs.
All right, let's talk about the Christmas tree.
Right, so this could be something that maybe you have as a platter, and again, just something that's full of fruits and vegetables, maybe in addition to the typical sweet treats that you have. So this is just a tree made out of some grapes. Cut the grapes in half, that way they don't slide around on the plate or the platter quite as much. And then you can use either raspberries, blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, any kind of different colored berries to kind of be like your tinsel on the tree. And then use, I have a graham cracker at the bottom to be the stump, and then the star at the top is just an apple. Get a little star cookie cutter and push it right through the apple, and then you have a star. But you could also use cheese if you didn't have an apple or didn't want it to get brown or something like that.
I also, what we did at Thanksgiving time was we made a Christmas tree, but put the grapes in little Dixie cups and then arranged it in a tree form. And then you can still have rows of other fruits, and then people can kind of take their favorites and carry them on their plate a little bit easier too.
Yes.
But I love this because then the grapes are cut in half. They're ready to go for kids.
Sure. And what's great about this too is having these options that it can even teach children and adults to a certain extent about making those choices. Because you can imagine this might be served at a party in addition to maybe your typical cookies and other foods like that. So just, opportunity to say, have a cookie, but also try to add some of these fruits and vegetables as well.
And we can't forget about those cute little Santa hats that you had. What do you use on those with the grapes?
Right. These are also super cute, super easy. They are, I believe, called Grinch. They're supposed to look like the Grinch, the cartoon character. So also really relates to the children maybe after watching that or before watching that. You just get a little mini marshmallow and a strawberry, a slice of banana, and a green grape.
Cute.
And there's a toothpick, just a normal toothpick that goes right through the middle of all those, and it comes together in probably about 5 seconds. Super easy.
I love them. Let's give them your website another time too if they want to go and create some of these or maybe go learn more about the nutrition they should be giving their kids.
Sure. My website is childcarealive.org. I work for Lakes and Prairies Community Action, and Child Care Alive is a program of that. And then for more activities or more healthy food options for holiday parties like this, you could go to Pinterest and then search Child Care Alive, and you'll find that Pinterest board as well.
This kid's loving it. This kid's eating away.
Good stuff, Crystal. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We'll be right back after this.